Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So today I'm going to show you my version of tamarind chutney. This is one of my versions. This is not the cook on the stove version, it's the super simple fast version. So here I have my shelled tamarind, I have podina, garlic, I have one hot scotch bonnet pepper, I have one green pimento, it can be red, it doesn't matter, and I have some bandanya or shadow Bennie. So let me show you the first step to this delicious simple tamarind chutney. So in your tamarind you have to soak it a little bit. I'm using 1 cup of water because that water is going to disappear, and you have to break down your tamarind. Now you can put your gloves on and squish it up with your hands or your fingers. I'm just using a spoon. It will soften up, and just keep doing this with your spoon until your tamarind has separated out. If you do it with a gloves and your fingers, then you're going to get all that flesh out from when you keep doing this, rubbing it, you're going to get all the flesh out from the seeds, and it will make your sauce, the pulp from the tamarind will make your sauce really nice and thick. This is what we're looking for. It's not going to be a too watery tamarind chutney or a too thick tamarind chutney. So I'm just going to leave it here to soak for at least 5 minutes. Let it soften up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. In the meantime, I'm going to put my podina, my garlic, and my bandanya and peppers in my mini chopper and chop it up very fine. So you see how it has gotten thicker, because all that, the pulp from that tamarind seed or seeds has let out. So you're already seeing that this is going to be a too thick tamarind chutney for what you want it for. As I said, it all depends on what you're going to be eating it with. And I'm going to add an extra half cup of water. Give it a mix. See that consistency now? A big difference. So I'm just going to leave it to soak for a little couple of minutes again, just to make sure that it won't get too thick. If it gets too thick, then just add your other half water, your half glass of water. And then we would add our salt and our chopped up green seasoning, which is mostly the podina, garlic, 1 hot scotch bonnet pepper, bandanya, and 1 pimento pepper. So it is a little thick because remember my green seasoning didn't go in as yet. But before adding my rest of water, what I'm going to do is add some brown sugar. This is just to balance out that sour taste from the tamarind. My salt, I'm just adding half. I'm going to give this a mix. Now you know when you add brown sugar to anything and that sugar melts out, it lets out that liquid. So I'm just adding half of my sugar. I had here 3 tablespoons. I've just added half, and I had 1 teaspoon of salt. I added half. This is something you have to taste as you go along, because you might not like it on the sour side, you might more like it on the sweet side. Some might like it on the sweet and sour side. Some might just like it sweet and not on the sour side. And as I said, some might just like it on the sour side. So it's something you have to play up with and taste as you go along. And when you put that green seasoning in here, now this green seasoning is a little different from what I do for my meats. There's a lot of podina in here because this is a chutney, of course. So there's a lot of podina and garlic in here, mixed with the bandanya and the rest of the peppers. So we're going to give this a taste now. And it is on the sour side for me, so I'm adding a little bit of sugar again. I'm going in with my full 1 teaspoon of salt. It all depends on what you're going to be eating it or using it with. And as you mix, you will see it will get thicker. If you want it a little runny, you're going to add some water, because as it sits before using it, it will get a little thick on you. So as I said, it's to your consistency. You know what you like. You might like it on the thick side, you might like it on the thin side, or you might just like it in between. So, and after you put your green seasoning and you mix it, well, you will adjust to suit. So we're going to give this a taste again. It's between sweet and sour, so I'm going to kind of leave it like that. I'm not going to add any more sugar. I don't want it too sweet, because it all depends on what you'll be eating it with. Now I can add my green seasoning. Now, tamarind chutney is something you will add a lot of that green seasoning with. That is what it's going to be flavoring and gives it that flavored, hence tamarind chutney. This is how our grandparents used to make it, like long ago days. My version is I cook it on the stove and add a little bit of ancho masala. It goes really nice with paloris and sahinas and apple pies and doubles, and you know, like a sweet sauce kind of thing. But when you're eating it with like peas and rice or black eyes and rice, cook up, or pilau, you want it a little on the sour side, and you don't want that chutney to cook. You want it, you know, tamarind is something edible. You can eat it raw. You just have to, don't eat the seeds, of course. Tamarind, you use tamarind to make tamarind ball. So it's edible raw. And that's all there is to it. Simple, and it's finished. See? So let me give you that closer look to it. This is what it would look like when it's finished. It's a really delicious, simple tamarind chutney to put together. And you have your chunks of your tamarind. So that's it, guys. Simple, simple, simple. It has enough seasoning, green seasoning. So I'm not going to add the little bit that remained. And you can make this how spicy you want.